Okay, welcome, Rifah. Lovely to have you joining from San Francisco from Right Sonic.
Yeah. Hi, Frank. I'm very much glad to be here to be a part of JNI conference. It's such a big thing, and I'm glad to have been invited here. So yeah.
Fantastic. Great. Well, really looking forward to your presentation today. Our main focus today is on sales and customer service, customer experience. And a lot of people are looking at new tools at the moment in terms of chatbots, LLMs, and what it can do for the sales process in general.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I guess we can just get started then.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll go with a little introduction of mine. I guess that might be relevant here. So hi, Frank has already introduced me here. So I have been working at Right Sonic for now like 6 months. I'm working in the growth marketing role. So before that, I worked at Miles. So uh, now I have the experience of working 2 years in this whole chatbot industry. In my previous workplace, used to work with basically multi-channel help desks and traditional chatbots. And then as the world was evolving, so I thought that I should also start looking into how AI chatbots are doing. And as I embarked into that particular industry, I got this offer from Right Sonic, and as a result, I had the opportunity to work with AI chatbots. So yeah, that's about me. And talking about chatbots, while we're on that topic, so let's just go through a bit of story thing. So when I was little, frankly, I'm not sure if you remember, there was a time when you used to like email our concerns to these stores online, and we weren't sure if you're ever going to get any response from them, right? From there, we have come a long way. Right now, whenever you have a query related to the product you want to use or something that you want to search up, you don't even to use the Google search engine. You can just go to the website of the product, and then you can just hit the small chat button. You can find somewhere in the bottom, we call those floating widgets. So, and there you can just type in your queries and you get the exact answer that you're looking for. So yeah, we have come a long way from like writing emails to the companies without any hope of getting any replies. Now we can get real-time support from the company. So yeah, we have come a great way, and all this has been the credit of chatbots. There is recreational. Now we're incorporating AI. So with the development of LLMs, learning language models, and NLPs, natural language processing. So I elaborate the jargons as much as possible to make this more easily understandable for everyone. So yeah, before you reached out to me, Frankie, I was basically working out on this particular thing, an ebook of mine. So I was seeing that in the industry, people talk a lot about AI chatbots. That why is it important? Why is it important? This why AI is important that chatbots have that touch of artificial intelligence, but no one was like talking for those people who already know about AI chatbots, right? We're thinking of buying those, but they're just stuck in this particular roadblock that uh what are the concerns that I should be thinking, what are the factors that I should be considering when I will be purchasing an AI chatbot for my website, just so that it's safer for my customers, it's safer, it's easier for my teams to use, it's easy to integrate. It actually helps me achieve the team efficiency that I'm looking forward to achieving. So yeah, no one was talking about that. So I thought that, like, when you reached out to me, I thought that this would be great opportunity if I have the chance to actually address and talk about these people who actually need who can actually work with some guidance over there. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. Basically, as a buyer, what should be your guidelines to buying a chatbot, right? So just think about your best customer support executives. What makes them stand out? They are diligent, empathetic, and conversations, quick thinking, and well versed in understanding your company and customers. This is the level of efficiency AI chatbots also aim to offer, right? So, just as I was saying, that chatbots are emerging as pivotal tools in transforming the business operations in today's fast-paced digital landscape. So while traditional rule-based chatbots had their moment, the arrival of AI-driven chatbots promises a future where human-machine interactions become dynamic, contextual, continual, and continually learning. So imagine a world where your chatbot not only comprehends the subtleties of human conversation, but also anticipates user needs and tailors the responses with precision and seamlessly integrates into a web of vast digital experiences. So yeah, we'll be talking about the interfaces of AI chatbots, and hopefully that after the end of this talk, I'll be able to provide the enterprise buyers with a comprehensive understanding that's actually beyond the basic. So let's kick off this conversation with the common hurdles that one faces when it comes to buying and purchasing an AI chatbot. Like why the purchase system seems so intimidating. Frank, you can always stop me anywhere you have any question. Okay. Awesome. So personally, when I started working at Right Sonic, so the hurdles for buying a traditional chatbot was different. People got really gradually used to it, and once they got used to it, then came AI chatbots. So yeah, many people are still like uncomfortable like using AI chatbots. They think that maybe uh, interesting conversations to machines can be a bit of unsettling. Like, will they understand and respond appropriately to the customer queries? Will they reduce the ticket volume? What about ethical implications? And then there comes the technical jargons that I have promised this time to avoid, like jargons like NLP, machine learning, and algorithms. I personally understand that when I started working in this particular industry, I used to get overwhelmed with these terms being thrown here and there, right? You know, those LinkedIn captions where they mention these abbreviations. So yeah, I don't really want to be that person, but yeah, I feel that it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of just technical information that might be another hurdle. Because you know, as a customer, as like a buyer, you might not have that extensive knowledge about these things. So yeah, it's very easy to get afraid. And then there's the worry about the personal touch, that whether the chatbots lack the human touch that's needed for meaningful interactions. What if the conversations that we'll be doing with our customers are cold and impersonal? Like we don't want to do that. Like uh, the main reason why we're having the chatbot is to make sure that the human touch point is not lost. So yeah, that's a common fear. And then there's maintenance. That what if you need more technical expertise to create or maintain a chatbot? What if you need a team? For example, consider yourself an e-commerce owner, right? As an e-commerce owner, you can't literally like afford a team of engineers to help you integrate with these knickknacks on your website. So yeah, that's a very common fear, which is completely wrong. Like you don't need a team of engineers to help you with chatbots and everything, because now we have come so far. I'll tell you why you won't need one. Like with traditional chatbots, you might have needed, but with the kind of chatbots that we are talking about, you don't really need anything. So, but that's a source of stress, rather than a solution for many people. So yeah, I'll try to answer all these questions and provide practical solutions and steps. So actually, you can experience as a buyer the prowess of AI chatbots. But first, let's talk about why AI chatbot is different than traditional chatbots. Okay, um, so while traditional chatbots follow like predefined rules, AI chatbots leverage NLP, sorry, natural language processing, as in they start talking, they process the language that the respondent is coming from, or the other person on the other end, they can actually process that language to understand, respond to the users more intelligently. That's where the intelligence of artificial intelligence comes into use. So it uses machine learning and artificial intelligence to learn beyond a set of questions consistently. And it has the ability to actually train itself on the data that it's receiving constantly. So just some stats to throw here. 84% of the companies believe that AI chatbots will gain an importance for customer communication. So that's a big number. Like already people are being convinced about the AI chatbots. So in case if you're watching this and you're still not convinced about like shifting to an AI chatbot from a traditional chatbot, then this might be the time. Anyways, so as long as we're talking about capabilities of AI chatbots, that artificial chatbots, traditional chatbots don't have, yeah, let's get into this. Like I said, they have this NLP thing ingrained in them. They understand your language, works, dialects, and nuances, making conversations feel more human. Yeah. And then there's the contextual understanding that they remember your previous interactions and ensure that your conversations flow seamlessly from one topic to another, like without any stumbles and everything. Then there's this aspect of continuous learning that chatbots get better with time. You have the opportunity to train chatbot on your data and turn it into like a custom chat GPT bot. For example, not going to toot about my own product, but here at Right Sonic, we have an AI chatbot called Bot Sonic. So yeah, you can there are other products like this in the market where you can just train it in your own data and then make it answer anything and everything. So, and then there's the adaptability. They tailor the responses to your unique preferences and needs and make you feel heard and understood. So, yeah, I think we have talked enough about the benefits of AI chatbots over traditional chatbots. So now let's talk about what's in the future, like how this thing is evolving. Like we have seen customer queries being handled by mails. Then we have seen traditional chatbots taking the place where actual human being used to like take over the conversation. Now we are seeing that touch point is being taken away. That touch point was already being taken away in the traditional chatbots, and then we shifted into AI so that no human touch point is actually needed, while human-like conversation is enabled. So, and the stat to throw here, by 2027, chatbots can become primary customer support channel for a quarter of all companies. So yeah, 2027, you're only 3 years away from you. This might be a good chance to gear yourself up with whatever it needs to chatbot. So yeah, now let's talk about how to find the right AI chatbot for your business. So selecting the right AI chatbot can always feel like navigating a very complex maze. And if it's a 1% or like 1 to 5% team, then it surely is a difficult thing. The market is flooded with options and each promising the exact same things to revolutionize your digital interactions. So it might be a bit difficult for you to actually identify which is the right one for you. But if you just need one thing to remember while selecting your chatbot, this is that you need a chatbot that aligns seamlessly with your goals. So what's your business goal? That's the difference between hopping on a new trend versus aligning with your business objectives, right? So I'm going to tell you some questions that answering to which it might be easier for you to filter down into shortening your list of AI chatbots, alternatively just so that the process of buying becomes a lot easier for you. So the first question that you need to answer is how will your support queries be answered? So understand the specific types of support queries your chatbots will handle. Your customer executives often deal with different types of customers, so their experience and the diverse conversations they support can serve as a baseline to test the chatbots. So it's a very crucial step to optimizing your support journey. So one of the tips that I'd like to share is always explore the origins of your customer queries. Like, are they querying from different channels? In case of they're coming from different channels, maybe then you need something that supports multi-channel landscape. And understanding how a chatbot can adapt to different channels is obviously very important. So consistency is the watchword here. Your customers should experience a unique and uniform level of service regardless of the channel they're coming from. Then comes the next consideration. What's the setup time? As I said, majority of the AI chatbot users are going to be SMBs, medium-sized business who don't have a lot of time to invest just in like integrating the chatbot to incorporating chatbot in your website. So and many support teams are always stretched thin, racing to meet like the increasing expectations of customers. And something that I'd like to share that 84% of the support teams have witnessed a surge in customer expectations over the past years. So with such high octane environment, dedicating hours, let alone days and weeks to complex bot setup is actually a formidable thing. So something that you'd like to consider is whether the integration process is seamless. So a tip that I'd like to share, always look out for chatbots that are no code. They are very easy to integrate into your website. It doesn't take much time. And yeah, you can do it by yourself. You don't need vast tech knowledge to like integrate it in your product. All right. The next thing that you might want the answer to while purchasing your chatbot is basically how good are the data privacy and security mechanisms, you know? Yeah, so I'll be talking about this in a more vast way because, you know, the topic for today's conversation was also the ethical considerations that you might want to take. So yeah, as you venture into the world of AI chatbots, one question always stands out, like how can you ensure the safety and privacy of your valuable data and also of your customers? So something to consider here would be that to prioritize data privacy and security in your business to build and maintain trust. So always look out for AI chatbots that know what they're doing, that know how to ensure this kind of data privacy. Like sometimes this might be time for you to consider quality over the pricing and everything. Also, AI chatbots rely on complex language models to like generate responses, meaning customer information could pass through multiple models like GPT-4, Claude, Bird, and more. The question is, will this data be stored or disappear in the digital void? Okay, so you might want to consider that. Sorry, I had to take a water break. Okay, anyways, back to the conversation. Also, to assure your customers regarding with their data safety, it's vital to comprehend that the language learning model your chosen AI bot collaborates with and how it manages data. So you would like to take this into consideration. And yeah, while I say that no education is required, this and that, when it comes to data privacy and ethical considerations, you might want to educate yourself a bit. So go on YouTube, you have a lot of videos that actually go in depth about how AI chatbots are responsible for data security and everything. And that might actually help you to find the AI chatbot that you should be looking for. And the last thing, which is very important, can it match your brand's tone and style? So after years of navigating chatbots, many have grown accustomed to stilted conversations, rigid keywords, interactions that felt far from natural, right? So, in fact, our recent user research uncovered a common sentiment. This is an in-house, right, Sonic research. So, like, interacting with bots had often been a source of frustration, leaving customers feeling disconnected. But with AI chatbots, this has been changing. So, something that you might want to take into consideration while answering to this question is that some AI chatbots can unravel complex questions gracefully, seeking clarifications to process and address customer queries effectively. So picture this. Your customer receives swift and friendly responses from a bot that not only grasps the essence of their inquiries, but also knows when to provide answers or seamlessly transfer them to the right support team member. So yeah, and obviously, the last thing is the pricing within your budget. So while you'd like to stay in your budget, it might also be important that you also consider the quality of the chatbot. Don't compromise on quality and don't compromise on this security and everything, just to ensure that it doesn't go heavy in your pocket. So as long as it's not taking something away from your revenue, you're good to go. So yeah, then let's cover this a bit short because we don't have much time. We need to talk about the ethical considerations in a bit more in-depth manner. So we'll cover how to do a seamless AI chatbot integration like very quickly. So there are 3 steps, okay? One is pre-integration assessment, then there's deployment, and then there's post-integration assessment. So in the pre-integration assessment, you'd like to evaluate your current systems, the bottlenecks, the CRM systems, the communication channels, okay? And then identify the integration points, like where you'd like the chatbot to be integrated, where the queries are coming from, the sources of queries. Then there's the deployment, like choosing the right platform. Here comes purchasing the chatbot thing. So yeah, I have talked a lot about it, so I'm not going to talk about it here. Then leveraging the APIs and SDKs, application programming interfaces and software development kits provided by your AI chatbot platform and development tools that make life so much easy, and then ensuring scalability. And lastly, in the post-integration phase, you might want to monitor the performance, like do a contrast of how much ticket volume you're resolving before and now, then feedbacks for refinement. The feedback should be coming from not only the customer support team, but also sales and the marketing team. Then adaptability for the future and everything. So yeah, that's about integration. Now let's talk about customer service. Okay, how the ROI of AI chatbot can be evaluated when it comes to like efficiency improvements in customer service. So here you might want to consider 3 things. How much the workload has been reduced. So calculate the workload that your chatbot has relieved from your customer service team. Fewer routine queries mean your staff can channel the expertise toward more intricate and valuable tasks like the tickets that actually have more complicated concerns. Then the next thing that you'd like to consider is how fast is the response time. Evaluate the impact of your chatbot on response times, like quick and efficient responses lead to happier customers, increasing customer satisfaction and loyalty. Then you'd also like to check how much more you're being available. So try to be available at least 24/7. That's the reason why you'd like to deploy an AI chatbot when the human team is not being active, at least so that the conversation can still continue. So, and the next thing that you might want to consider is how much the customer engagement is being influenced, okay? So quantify the increase in customer engagement that's facilitated by your chatbot. So improved engagement often leads to higher sales conversions and customer loyalty, which down the line impacts your profit. So let's put it all together now, as we're almost nearing the end of my session. When it comes to like assessing the return on investment of your chatbot, consider both the costs and the benefits. So subtract the initial investment from long-term gains, factoring efficiency and improvements, brand enhancement, and then there comes the customer engagement. So, yeah, that will be all about a buyer, what you actually need as a buyer to learn about AI chatbot to make your next purchase. So, Frankie, I'm going to give the floor to you now.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That was super, super helpful. In terms of implementing this, is this purely a no-code solution, or does this still require quite a lot of developer effort to, I don't know, integrate with other systems or, to get the up-to-date pricing and products and that side of things?
So, I have seen that almost all AI chatbots in the market are moving towards being a no-code solution because the main USP, unique selling point of an AI chatbot is that it makes the integration system and the workflow more seamless and easier for the teams. So yeah, it's mostly a no-code solution. And then there comes the API and the SDKs that the platforms make it available for you. So yeah, you need those make life a lot easier. You just need to integrate in your website, and then voila, you have an AI chatbot of your own. So yeah, it's very easy.
Fantastic. And do you know how many conversations can go on at the same time?
Yeah, sure. At the same, this actually depends on what kind of AI chatbot you are deploying. For example, here at BotSonic, we can make sure that almost like up to 5,000 conversations can go on at the same time. So yeah, it actually depends from platform to platform, but almost even is scaling up because they want to address the enterprise market as well. So the platforms that have been shaped into like addressing that particular market, they're ensuring that they scale up their product.
Fantastic. Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us. That was really super informative and helpful. And I look forward to sharing this conversation with the community.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Frankie. It has been really nice being here and talking to and sharing this with you all. I hope that after this, that it becomes easier to purchase an AI chatbot and yeah, uh, make this actually work for the organizations.
Thank you. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye. Goodbye.